Breaking space news, JWST has just taken its first ever direct image of an exoplanet. The exoplanet is called HIP 65426b, but for this video, we'll just call it the exoplanet. The exoplanet is 6 to 12 times the mass of Jupiter, and it's only about 15 million years old. And if you compare that to the age of the Earth at 4.5 billion years, this exoplanet is super young. Exoplanets in general are incredibly hard to photograph because they don't emit light like stars do, and usually their stars are so bright that you can't see them unless they pass directly in front of their star. And if they pass directly in front of their star, they just look like a black dot, and if we're lucky, it'll have an atmosphere we can see. But this exoplanet is special because it's so far away from its star. It's about 100 times farther away from its star than the Earth is to the sun. This puts it far enough away for JWST to use something called a coronagraph, which is essentially a tiny little mask that blocks out starlight. It's like putting a sticker on top of the star. And then we can see light from the exoplanet instead. These are also infrared photographs, which means they were taken with longer wavelengths, which let us see some of the planet's actual glow from its heat. And this exoplanet is a gas giant with temperatures over 1600 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's basically a giant glowing hot ball in space. Exoplanets have been photographed before, but it's not very often, and it's not in the infrared wavelength that JWST is using. It's just exciting that JWST is starting to photograph exoplanets. It's going to help us learn so much about them and their formation. For example, this exoplanet is so young that it should have a debris disk, but we don't see one. Why?